number 3 on the AFI Top 100 list. We talked about Raging Bull last week, number 4. Now we're talking number 3. See, that's how that works. We are talking about the 1940s classic Casablanca. Nothing says romance like back alley deals for paperwork in seedy bars. And we're going to talk all about it in a very special, here's looking at you, kid edition of the review. Well, nobody simply has a drink with Rick.
Where's Rick? This is Rick's place. Everyone goes to Rick's place. Yeah, see? I don't know. That's not
I think anyone talks like that.
Nobody talks like that in the movie.
A lot of fez wearing, though.
A few fezzes in this.
Yeah.
I was fond of that.
Fond of the fez?
Fond of the fez. Hey, welcome to the review, a show where two small town dudes give you our big dumb opinions. I am Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am the Commandant.
Oh.
I think there was a Commandant in this.
That could very well be.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on in this movie. Right at the very beginning, I'm like, I think I missed something. But we'll get there.
We'll talk about it. I remember the first time Molly showed me this, I'm like, this seems like it's going to be boring as fuck. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah. I am writing something down so I don't forget it.
All right.
Exclamation point. Got
Perfect
it.
time to do that. Right before the show starts.
We are. You spurred a memory, so I needed to write it down really quick. We are getting into our number 3 of the AFI list.
Yeah.
2007.
That's right.
I mean, it hasn't changed since.
It has not changed since
so
2007.
It hasn't needed to change.
Yeah. As we said before, AFI probably closes doors.
Right.
They're like, fuck it.
We did it.
Film will never get better.
We nailed it. Did it in 2007. Don't have to do it again.
Film will never get better.
That's right. We're doing Casablanca tonight.
Yeah.
My very first watch of this.
Ooh. Curious what you think about it.
Well, I'm very curious what you think about it as well.
All right.
I'm glad we could do this together.
Yeah.
Friend.
We're on this road. On this road together.
But first, why don't we get into something else?
All right.
Why don't we get into a little bit of news?
Okay.
There's a little bit sprinkled out through this last week.
Yeah, I feel like there was a little bit of news, but the little bit that got dropped were pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got not a whole lot right now, but I do have this.
Yes.
That the Mortal Kombat 11
Yeah.
is going to have some DLC.
Oh, I saw the trailer for it. I want it so bad.
So not only are you going to have the Shang Tsung, Nightwolf,
I already have the Shang Tsung.
and Sindel,
Yeah.
but there's 3 more characters also going to be added to that.
One of them I did not know when I saw it. I was like, oh, I want it.
The other 3 are going to be the Joker.
Yeah. I heard rumors about that.
And
And of course Spawn.
Spawn.
Yeah.
Having that drop, Todd McFarlane tweeting, Earthrealm just got a whole lot more dangerous.
Of course. Got way more R than before.
Signed, Todd McFarlane on his tweet. And then the last one, the Terminator.
God damn it.
And it's the fucking
The T-800.
Arnold, like it's a spot on Arnold too.
T-800 with like the partial robot face.
Looks great.
Oh
Looks really good.
God.
I might have to get this. I haven't had a Mortal Kombat in forever.
Yeah.
And so I think this is the time.
Their story mode's pretty fun too.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's kind of a cool story because it's like different times kind of like smashed together. So like younger versions of old the current stars are like interacting with each other. Like Johnny Cage like settled down, but then like the younger Johnny Cage is like, hey, why don't you go look for some tail?
You want to get some tang?
Yeah, like, I'm fucking married.
No. I want a good nap. That's what I need. Fighting over this Earth realm.
Yeah,
Got the wife on my back all the time. Have me do shit.
it's being played by Ronda Rousey for some reason.
Just so she could have that WrestleMania outfit. That's the only reason, I bet. So yeah, pretty excited for that. Big Mortal Kombat fan. We talk about it sparingly here
Yep.
on the show. But yeah, Might pick it up.
Might have to dive back into it now they got the T800 in there.
The PlayStation had like a summer sale going on. What's today's date? Fuck. The summer sale was done yesterday.
I didn't see Mortal Kombat on it, though.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
I did pick up Spider-Man during that
You'll have
sale.
fun with that.
Haven't cracked into it yet. I'm still playing Red Dead. I'm getting all the weird shit.
Now you get...
I'm still, like... I'll get into it later.
You're gonna try and find... Like, I think there's, like, something where you can, like, find a ghost or something.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get, like, all, like, the weird things that I've seen, like, on videos that I've never encountered.
Yeah.
Like, there's the cabin with the UFO.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I haven't found that. There's, like, a little story mission where you run into cannibals.
Yeah, there's like a weird side mission where, like, a fat guy tries to eat you.
Never did it. It
Really?
never showed up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I guess like, it gets to, like, a point where, like, they drug you and then you wake up in their basement and then you just have to, like, go and find your guns and then shoot them.
Mm-hmm. That never happened for me. A few other things, but I totally beat the story mode. And now I went down to, like, the new Austin area and went all the way to the end, and I'm working my way back up, getting all the weird, like, collectible stuff.
Oh, shit.
It's like the dinosaur bones that you can find.
Oh, God.
There's, like, 30 of them, and I have 8. They are... Have you found any of those?
I think I only found the one that they give you when you first start.
Mission.
Yeah.
Those are impossible to find.
Yeah,
I don't even know how you would even run into them.
Yeah.
Because I'm using, like, a guide to help me kind of, like... There's 8 over here, so you need to look in this kind of location. So I'm, like, scouring the location.
Yeah.
And then they literally just look like rocks in the ground.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you even know what that is? Some look like branches. I'm like, oh, those are ribs? Okay.
I don't know. I think I was playing that mission, like, when Molly was in the room, and she was like, dinosaur bones? I'd probably play that the whole time if I was playing this. I'm like, no. Just hearing her explain it made me frustrated.
That and, like, trying to find the rock carvings. There's only, like, 8 of those.
Yeah.
But I only found, like, 3.
Jesus.
And it was funny because I was actually talking to Dinosaur Neil because he was playing this well before I was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I ran into the guy who starts off the mission. And I'm like, is he from the future or something? Because he seemed, like, very cryptic and dressed differently.
Yeah.
So I just figured he was. And then he's like, I don't know. I haven't found any of those rock carvings. I'm like, I know they're impossible. There's like 1 billion rocks. And then the next day I found 2 just walking around. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
I did encounter the guy that tried to make his own Frankenstein monster. Did you do that one yet?
I did that one.
Yeah.
And I found... Wait, not the robot, is it?
Oh, yeah, it's the robot.
Okay,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I found him, did all of his missions, and then I ended up finding his robot later.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I remember that it, like, escapes.
Yeah.
I was getting that confused with the guy that wants to create his own electric chair. And he kills himself instead.
Yeah.
There's so much shit in this.
Good.
There's so much shit in this game.
The robot's really cool, though, because, like, it happens... Like, his cabin is, like, on the northern part of the map somewhere.
Yeah.
And then later on... Like, I went to go search up in the mountains again.
Oh yeah, because I guess you find him in a mountain on a mountain.
It's like on the highest peak of the northwesternmost mountain.
Oh my god!
And he's up there just going Papa, 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 and I was like, oh god! So I took out my gun because I thought he was gonna get mad and shot it, and then it just dies there. I'm like, oh, that was kind of sad. So I took a selfie with it. Anyway, Red Dead, still great. Still great. Caught all the legendary fish.
I would hope so. Jesus Christ, that's all you do.
Fishing's over, I guess. I got nothing else to strive for. At the very end, the guy that you start out the missions with, he's like, now you need to help me find this 180-pound fish. And I'm like, holy shit.
180 pounds?
Yeah, so, like, we're going to fishing for it, and, like, he's like... Take a picture of me so everyone knows that I'm really catching all these fish or whatever. And it pulls him in, and he dies and drowns, and he doesn't come back up ever. And so I'm like, oh. And then you get like a little thing on your map that says you can fish for it there, like a legendary animal or whatever. But you can't. I like looked all over because I fished there for like 30 minutes. No bites, no bites, no bites. And then I looked on the internet and they're like, no... Because it's a catfish, so they're catfishing you. like Rockstar is. And I'm like, God damn it.
Fuck you, Rockstar.
Fuck you for making an awesome game.
Get over yourself.
Next bit of news I got, JT. There's some movie items up for auction.
Oh.
I was actually reading about this right before
You want to chip in and try and get one of these, Troy?
Well, I don't know what these certain items are per item, but I know the whole lot is going for $6.5 million.
I would probably swing that.
I'll chip in. But for sale is the axe from The Shining, the Jack Nicholson axe where he cuts through the door.
Okay, that definitely sticks out as something that you would... No, I swear it's the axe from The Shining. It's the axe.
And
bullshit, buddy.
the original Keaton batsuit.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm like, oh my God, can you imagine having that? But I don't have $6.5 million. And I actually think it's £6.5 million because I think it's over in England.
Oh,
Merry
jolly old.
England. So, yeah. So if you want to get on that, just visit over there. You know, whatever. You can chip in. Get an axe.
Just do it, you dum-dum.
And if you buy the batsuit, bring it here. Just leave it. And the only other bit of news I got is the whole Spider-Man debacle going on.
Yeah. I was very curious on your thoughts on this. I saw a little interaction between you and Eric where you were kind of like scoffing it off.
Yeah. And then I was like, I'd be surprised if it actually happens. And then it did happen. And I'm like, oh. So, like, I don't know, like, I don't think it's completely final yet. But, so the whole Spider-Man thing is that now that it's Sony's #1 best box office movie ever.
Yeah.
That they want to pretty much take all the rights to it and have 100% of the proceeds, which they were getting 95% anyway.
See, I heard it was Disney, where Disney stepped up and said that they want to do it 50-50 now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and they wanted to, Sony wanted to renegotiate and be like, no, like, we're going to take all of this. And I can only imagine, like, both of them having their own pretty, I guess, well-established arguments, but, like, Sony did buy them off Marvel for a long time ago, so they didn't go bankrupt.
Yeah.
In the late 90s, early 2000s. And so they technically own the rights to the character.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want. It's Marvel's most popular character.
Yeah.
Why would they want to let it go? I get that. But under their wing, they haven't been very successful with it.
No.
The Raimi versions were pretty good.
Yeah.
And even whatever you think about Spider-Man 3, it still made a shit ton of money for Sony.
Oh, totally.
And then they did the Mark Webb directed ones.
They did do those.
They did those, and they did make some money, but they didn't do gangbusters.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this newest one that came out where they really were like, oh my God, we got a real cash cow here.
Yep.
But then, with that being said,
yeah.
And now that Spider-Man is kind of like now their kind of flagship character.
Yeah.
They're going to be using for these movies.
Yeah, it seemed like they built that one up as like, this is going to be like the new leader of an Avengers movie if we make another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, no.
So Disney wants to like renegotiate, get it like a 50-50 deal.
Yeah.
Sony's not having it.
Nope.
Which I get. But that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks for almost everybody.
Yeah.
Because if Sony does take it back completely, they can't play with any of the other toys with Marvel. So anything that's been pre-established, you can just forget about it. Because like it's not going to happen anymore if Sony takes it over.
Yeah.
You can play with Venom. You can play with Tom Hardy.
Well, I guess I read that they're still continuing the story from Far From Home.
Okay.
They're just not going to include anything else Marvel.
Okay. I guess that wouldn't be like terrible.
Because I guess they still have Tom Holland on board to play Spider-Man.
Yeah. And Far From Home didn't really incorporate much from the MCU, rather than just like kind of follow up from Endgame.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went on and did its own thing. The only thing it had was Colby Smulders and Nick Fury.
Yeah. And they don't really need them.
No. And it
See,
didn't.
I think it would be cool now because they were talking about doing that Craven movie. What if they make Craven like the villain in like the next Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
The only thing is, when I want to go see like a Marvel crossover movie, I'd love to see Spider-Man in it.
Yeah. But I mean,
especially with all the shit they built up.
I think the people that are the most fucked in this are Marvel, because I feel like they built so much into Spider-Man for all their stuff that now they've gotten to, oh, well, now we can't use them.
Yeah.
And like everyone else that has been kind of established is not as big as him.
Mm-hmm. I know. So you think Disney's going to get the short end of the stick? Because I think Disney still gets all the merch rights to Spider-Man.
I don't know if they get it now, because all the movies from this point on are not going to be made in their name. Maybe like the stuff before.
I know, but before, I think Disney got all the merch rights.
Yeah.
Whereas Sony took away the box
office. Sony took the box out. I think Disney got like a certain percentage of the opening weekend.
5% of the opening weekend, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's opening weekend. I think it was first day.
Yeah.
They got 5% of the first day.
Yeah.
Which isn't like, I mean, it's a lot because everyone goes to see it.
Yeah.
But
I don't really know why Disney's being such a bitch about it, because like I feel like for them, Spider-Man feels like an investment where it's like, this is something that we can build because it's the most popular character in this universe, something that we can build for like our big Avenger tentpole films down the line. And instead they're like, well, no, we want all of its money too. Yeah. You don't need all of its fucking money.
Yeah, I know. Especially since every single film you put out this year has made $1 billion.
Yeah. So it's like people are shitting on Sony because they feel like they're the asshole in this, but I'm like, fuck, man, like Spider-Man's theirs. They gave you the rights to use it, and now you're jumping in and being like, well, no, we want 50-50.
Right.
I was like, make good shit and then make that as like an investment for something greater in the future.
Yeah, I see. I mean, both arguments are fine, though, to me. Because, like, Sony was what I said before, and Disney's is like, well, you didn't really have a hit until we stepped in and kind of fiddled with it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's technically kind of our vision of how we want it to fit.
But they still jumped in and fiddled with it. If they wanted to, they could have fiddled with something else.
Right, but why fiddle with something that isn't their number one cash cow?
Why fiddle with something that's not theirs?
Because everyone wants to see it. It's like, that's why everyone wanted to see the fucking X-Men.
But but now they have the X-Men. See, that's the whole thing. Like, I feel like Disney's kind of the dumbass in this situation where it was like, okay, yeah, Spider-Man is good, but you still went into it thinking, like, this isn't ours. So it's like, like now they're just like, wait, we can't have it anymore? But we're Disney. We can have anything.
I think it's a good lesson learned to Disney, I suppose.
Yeah.
They can't have everything. But even then, it's still kind of Spider-Man being like my number one player. I'm just like, man, now he can't play with anybody else. That bums me out.
Yeah. In the same sense, I just want new shit being put out.
Yeah, I know.
I don't everything is so rehashed nowadays.
I know.
Maybe this might inspire someone to be like, hey, let's not deal with all these weird rights of things that have existed for a long time. Holy shit, let's think of something new that's ours.
You're barking up the wrong tree here, JT. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Because we all know Hancock really caught on, so I guess.
I thought it was fine until they were angels or whatever. I was like, you lost me. You lost me there. I don't know. So, at the end of the day, you don't care about this much at all.
Yeah,
but what do you think of it, though? Was it surprising?
Not really, especially like, on Sony's. Like, it was surprising that it came out so early, but like you think about it, like it's so smart on Sony's part. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a dick move, but it's so smart where like Disney put so much into this, and they even like ended it on a way where it was like the whole Marvel universe like is resting on what's happening to Spider-Man at like the ending credits of the last movie, and then Sony's just like, nah. Like, I was like, oh shit, well I guess none of that ending credit shit's gonna mean anything now.
Ugh, that's too bad.
It's like, But it's such a fucking like a dick move, but it's smart. Like it puts them in their place where it was like, yeah, see, you don't run everything.
Yeah. Did you see all the hashtags that came up due to this whole thing too? Like those have ever worked.
Oh yeah.
But
is there a petition yet? There's got to be a petition.
There's got to be a petition or
There's
two.
probably 6 petitions that are just
change.org. But like even like Ryan Reynolds and Jeremy Renner, that crooner Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner taking time out of making his sweet album to fucking bitch about Spider-Man.
Oh my god. I'm trying to read more about it as we're talking here to see if it's anything like updated to the minute, but I don't think the whole thing has closed as of yet. So all this could be
Spider-Man don't have an owner.
Jeremy Renner, check out his album, would you? Everyone, just
so unpredictable, I got to tell you.
I don't know. I think the one that Big Aaron sent us, I didn't think it was that bad.
What was that one?
Oh, should I try to pull it up?
Do it. There was one from like a Chevy commercial that I heard the other day.
Oh, there's a Chevy commercial?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh. That was just the...
There's like a Chevy commercial where like he's riding on his tour bus and then some people drive by in a Chevy truck and then he pays them to drive his Chevy truck to his next stop. Like he's following his tour bus in these people's Chevy truck.
I don't know if I like that or not. Is it in our Yard Boys chat?
I don't know. I think I saw it on Hulu.
I saw what on Hulu? No, not...
Oh,
not...
the Jeremy Renner song that he sent. I can't remember where I saw it.
Oh, it's right here. I got it. It's called Main Attraction.
Oh, God.
I don't think it's all that bad. It is highly produced. But...
Does he sound like T-Pain?
Oh, my God. Ads. Jesus, I have it blasted.
I think this is the song from the Chevy commercial, too. Oh, my God.
Gotta be a Chevy song.
Yep. Oh, my God. You just come.
Come on. Once it gets to the chorus, I don't think it's that bad. It's highly produced, I get it. And it's just like pop garbage. But I think it sounds fine. Like everyone's saying like Jeremy Renner's singing songs now and he always just want to crap on it right away. But I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever heard. So I'm going to be the one here in this room standing up for Jeremy Renner.
Front row at his next concert.
Yeah.
Get it, Jeremy.
Get it, Jeremy. You got it, Renner.
I love that tweet I sent you where like his album cover looks like he's trying to kill himself in his garage. He's like sitting in a car full of smoke.
That's really good. And this is in high contrast of what I walked into Macy listening to today.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you sent me this earlier. Oh.
So that's what I walked into Macy watching today. I'm like, what is happening in this room?
I think I'm gonna make that our new shooting the shit theme.
You made the poopy. That's fine. I'll send you. I already sent you the link anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna happen. That's our new shooting the shit theme.
Oh my god. Anyway, that's all the news I got.
Okay.
I didn't have anything. Just ended up talking about Jeremy Renner and who made the poopy.
I want to hear Jeremy Renner's rendition of Who Made the Poopy.
Goes on to sing like, please change my nappy or whatever it is.
Please change my nappy.
Nappy is like a slang term for diapers.
Oh, you're in
the UK and Australia.
Parents have slang terms now?
Well, it's just what they call it overseas, more or less. They call them nappies. So apparently,
I want to see you like on the black market. Like, you got any nappies?
Got any of those size 6 nappies?
Hook me up with those size 6 nappies.
I'll take some size 6 nappies. You got any size 1s in there too? Throw some size 1s in there. I got a new kid.
Put in there again.
He probably made the poopy.
He made the poopy. My kid made the poopy.
The poopy.
Someone make the poopy, gotta tell you. Jeremy Renner singing Who Made the Poopy. Somebody made the poopy. Troy, The Matrix.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Was pretty revolutionary for its time. Then it made 2 pretty shitty movies after that.
You bet it did.
But it's not stopping it. Because I guess they got a 4th one in the works with the 2 dead characters returning.
Who's returning? I didn't hear this.
Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss.
Great.
Returning to reprise their roles.
Cool.
Spoiler alert for The Last Matrix. They both died.
I didn't remember that. I just figured it was another ending where Neo flies into space or whatever.
Nope, they both died.
Great.
Yep.
Are the Wachowskis back?
Lana Wachowski is set to direct.
Okay.
So, just one of the Wachowskis.
I thought I saw that mostly everybody is coming back for it. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess we'll see how this goes. Totally redoing all of the gobbledygook that they set in place with the second and third one that I could not follow to save my life.
So much time has gone by that the dead characters are back now, so here we go.
There actually was a tweet by a comic artist that I really like, Jeff Darrow, that said that he's been working secretly on production art for like the last 8 months or whatever for it.
Oh my!
He'd be a pretty cool cat to be working on that prod art. Tell you what.
All right. Well, now you got me a little pumped for it.
All right.
I'm a little pumped.
I was pumped when I heard it.
We'll
see how pumped I am when I see the first trailer. A little pump.
Little pump. Who made the little pump?
Little pump.
Troy, did you watch The Righteous Gemstones? That debuted this past weekend.
Nope.
The new show on HBO with Danny McBride on the helm. Got John Goodman, got Adam Devine in it. They play like a family of televangelists. It premiered pretty well.
Yeah.
In fact, it was HBO's most watched comedy debut.
Oh my god.
In more than 3 years.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
So got some star power behind it.
Yeah.
Got a pretty decent a plot to it.
Okay.
So
I did check out its trailer. It looks good.
Yeah, I did see the first episode. I'll tell you more about that later.
Oh my. Okay.
But yeah, there you go. HBO still doing some things.
Very good.
Try that James Bond 25.
Yes.
Finally got a title.
All right.
They released it.
Shatterhand.
They released the title. Not Shatterhand. It's not Shatterhand. In fact, it might be worse than Shatterhand.
Shatterfoot.
No.
Okay.
The title. You want to do a drum roll, Troy?
Here we go.
No Time to Die.
Okay. I don't think it's worse than Shatterhand.
I listened to a podcast today where they said it sounds like a Steven Seagal movie.
Well, they're not wrong.
No.
But like that kind of runs in line with like the old James Bond titles, like especially like
that have Die in it.
Yeah, like Pierce Brosnan ones, like Die Another Day. Like
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Moon Dyer.
Moon Die.
Golden Die.
Die Moon Die.
All those. So it'll fit right in.
Die Pussy.
Octodie. Pussy.
Octodie. You gotta throw pussy back in there. And my last bit of news, Troy. Kevin Smith, we love him here.
You bet.
We've reviewed a few of his films. And now he's going to bring back an 80s classic to Netflix.
Oh.
He's going to be helming a new He-Man series.
Oh, okay. Animated?
On Netflix, yes, animated.
Yes. They've tried to relaunch that a few times.
Yep.
Not to huge acclaim. Even, I think the last one I remember is like one in the early 2000s. They did one on like Toonami or Cartoon Network or something like that. Thought it was okay. I don't know. I don't know if maybe it'll work more now that like people will be like hitting like the weird fantasy angle of it, but like that never really grabbed a hold of me or anything like that. But we'll see. I'll check it out.
I know, I'm a pretty big fan of his latest endeavor where he's saying "What's Up" by Four Non Blondes.
That's my favorite thing he's ever done. Like that He-Man.
And I
and he prayed.
Oh my god! What?
For revolution. There was a point in time where I would end up on that fucking video. I'd go down some YouTube rabbit hole and just end there every single time.
It's a perfect period to a YouTube
to
wormhole.
A weird binge, yeah. Oh my god, so good.
That is good. But Troy, I got 2 bits.
Oh shit,
2 bits.
God bless.
Gotta drop it on you. And this occasion is so big that I found Neil's Bits theme again. So now we can...
Burrowed into your computer.
Yep, it burrowed back into my computer because this is such a big... 2 big losses that we're going to bring back the Neil's Bits theme. Here it is. It's so goddamn long.
Oh, crap.
It's so fucking long.
People dying, it's the pits. Please stay tuned to Neil's Bits.
So long.
Still going, man.
It's got probably another good 10 seconds behind it. So fucking glad you're back, Neil's Bits theme.
We found it.
But my first one, Troy.
Yeah.
Richard Williams passed away at 86. If you don't know who he is, he was the animator on Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. That I disappointed myself. I didn't know the name right off the top of the dome, but it was that's a pretty substantial loss there.
Yep.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a seminal experience.
Yes.
Growing up.
Yeah. Fucking Christopher Lloyd's character still terrifies me to this day.
Did you see the tweet I had where I'm glad the bad guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit could show up to SummerSlam? It really caught fire. There's some guy with like little fucking Nazi like scientist glasses,
yeah,
and like a fedora up front, made it look like just like the bad guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Fuck.
Anyway, animator.
Dude, it's still like it disturbed me so much that they just murder an innocent cartoon shoe.
Oh yeah, they melt
They
him.
murder it.
Yeah.
Like it did nothing wrong.
I know. There's a lot of things in that movie when you go back and think about it, it's like horrifying. Like,
yeah,
when they're like, yeah, he dropped a safe on his head, and I'm like, oh, they dropped a safe on a real man's head.
Yeah. Isn't that how like the guy dies? Like the guy that they frame Roger Rabbit for?
Yeah. No, I don't remember. I don't remember now. But yeah, great film.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
My God, like Eddie Valiant.
Eddie, please, Eddie.
Oh my God, when he fights the weasels at the end and he's all like, stop laughing! It's like kicking each other in the nuts and everything, and Eddie Valiant's doing his whole vaudeville routine. It's a great movie.
My last bit, Troy, dying at 79, Peter Fonda.
Oh, I saw this
passed
too.
away this week too. Of course, he was mostly known for being the main star in Easy Rider, which I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen that either.
But yeah,
I'm actually not too familiar with Peter Fonda's work.
Yeah, I
know
know he like really rode on that Easy Rider thing because they. One of the things I remember from him the most is just a cameo in Wild Hogs because of Easy Rider.
Oh man, great.
Yeah, so we're really paying homage to Peter Fonda here, where I'm talking about his wonderful work in Wild Hogs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot about his body of work, but I know that he contributed a lot to his body of work.
Yep.
So he'll be missed as well. R.I.P. Both them fellas.
Yeah, you did so much for our entertainment,
That's right.
and we appreciate you.
You bet.
But it's done.
It's done now. It's done. Totally done.
It's done.
I got one trailer today, JT.
All right, I got two, but I'll let you know if one of them is what you say.
Okay. The one I have
Yep.
is Rambo Last Blood.
I did see this, but I did not think of it.
Okay. This it's full trailer, not the teaser. It's not set to Old Town Road. That's the last one was.
So this one sucks, is what you're saying.
This one sucks hard. No. It kind of at one point gave me like a Taken vibe to it.
Yeah.
Because it seems like he's got a strange daughter or whatever it is, and she's been taken.
Yeah.
But then it ends up looking like a lot like Rambo First Blood.
Yeah.
Near the end. Only he's kind of like turned the tables on everybody, or instead like they're still looking for him, but like it's almost like an extreme Home Alone.
Oh, totally. Totally.
Where he's like booby trapping up his house, but instead of like Matchbox cars are like IEDs.
There was like, I don't know why this stuck out, but there looked like there was so many moments where like he stabs people in the leg really hard.
Yeah.
Like he just like fucking just swings like a fucking like major league pitcher, like, ugh, just like stabs him right in the leg as hard as he can with like a fucking like Bowie knife or like Jesus
A machete even.
Christ.
So there's no Red Band trailer out for this because I would assume, gauging by the violence of the last one,
Yeah.
that all of those stabbings are just gonna delimb people. There's one where it looks like he popped out of the floor to swing a machete or whatever at somebody's leg, and I think it cut just a frame after like their leg breaks. And I'm like, oh my god, that leg's coming off. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, that leg's coming off.
But yeah,
Get that fucking leg off.
I love Rambo
Oh,
movies.
totally.
I'm not a huge fan of the third one, and I can't even remember what happened a lot in the second one.
Well, if we ever make it through Fast and Furious, maybe next summer we'll do the Rambo series.
Okay, sounds good. Still got to jump in that Fast 5.
We do.
All right.
We do.
We'll get there.
Maybe next Monday show. Not this Monday show, but next Monday show.
We could probably do that. We can do
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
fine. Heard high praise from you.
Yeah. I still remember what happened in it, so that speaks more volumes than 4.
Which I don't even remember what happened in 4. Yeah, so anyway, Rambo Last Blood looks great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw a trailer for a movie that's supposed to be on Netflix called The Politician. About it's supposed to be about like people running for school president.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gave me like vibes of like, you ever seen the movie Election with
No.
like Matthew Broderick?
No.
Okay, well, it kind of gave me vibes of that, where it's like
Great.
like high school kids that are going way too far above and beyond to be elected class president. Like, it shouldn't be this big of a deal, but they're like making it like a life or death thing.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks okay.
Is this like the horror movie one?
No.
What one is that? Set in like a school.
Oh, the one that I saw for that is called Antlers. I think. Let me see. God damn it! Why is it not showing up?
Anytime I ask for anything, and
Yeah, it just doesn't have. No, Antlers. It's that the one's called. This is my second one.
okay.
Where it's Kerry Russell plays a teacher who is teaching a boy that lives like in a hollowed out factory where I guess one of his parents is turned into like a bloodthirsty monster, and he like keeps it at bay by feeding it animals that it hunts in the woods.
Okay. Fun.
Yeah. It's like a kind of more like a teaser trailer. Like it doesn't really give you much of a plot, but that's kind of what I gathered from the trailer. But it looks creepy, and it's got like looks like it's like a cool creepy vibe to it.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Both odd picks for trailers there, James.
Yeah. Well, wasn't much that came out this past week.
That's true. There was a new Ad Astra trailer, but I didn't watch it yet. I'm very curious about that movie.
Yeah, I brought up to Molly because she loves space, but she's always really skeptical of space movies because she spends more of the time being like, "Well, that wouldn't happen." Like,
real fun to watch movies with.
Christ. Because she loved First Man. I thought it was boring as shit.
First Man, I'd skip that one. They were plugging it super hard, and then I heard nothing after it came out.
I'm pretty sure I fell asleep during First Man,
Ugh.
and then she was like, "Oh, it was so good." I'm like,
really?
He literally spends 45 minutes trying to land on the moon. I don't really know what the fuck you want me to say.
I know the ending.
Yeah, I know what the fuck happened. There were some moments to it, but I was like, whatever. But, so there you go. And that brings us to the tournament of random movies. Troy, I got good news. I found a new random movie generator.
Great.
So we can still keep doing this.
Perfect. I love it.
So there you go. And our matchup from last week was V for Vendetta versus Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
Yes.
Troy, I'm guessing you voted for Hellboy 2 because you seemed pretty enthusiastic about it last.
I did end up voting for Hellboy 2.
Well, the trend has restarted because everyone voted for V for Vendetta.
I saw that.
And we got quite a few votes, for like 19 votes for this one.
I retweeted it at a, I guess, very good time. And I got some other retweets from it as well. Got some other folks out there voting for the polls.
So, there you go. The second poll that Hellboy 2 has lost. So, I just don't think it's ever going to be in our wheelhouse, Troy.
It's too bad.
We'll see, though.
It's a good movie.
We'll see. Well, yeah, it is good.
I thought it would make for a better conversation than V for Vendetta. That's why I ended up picking it.
Well,
at the time, that's what was going through my head.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
There's plenty of good conversation films, I think, in this one.
Okay.
So we'll see what moves on. But we do have two more films, and of course I brought up the clue that they are both 80s films, and they're both not Short Circuit or Short Circuit 2. We have a film from 1986 that features three very prominent comedians.
Okay.
We have a film from 1984 that is a post-apocalyptic story.
Okay.
The movie from 1986, the tagline is, they're down on their luck and up to their necks in senoritas, margaritas, banditos, and bullets.
Oh, is it Three Amigos?
It's Three Amigos, Troy.
Cool, okay. All right.
Three Amigos.
Perfect.
Got Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Martin Short.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a good one.
Steve Martin Short.
Steve Martin Short. That's right. That is right. And the film from 1984 that is a post-apocalyptic film, the tagline is 2 + 2 = 5.
What? That doesn't help me at all. Don't know.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's the year.
Oh, is it 1984?
It is 1984.
Perfect.
The was it George Orwell that wrote it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on the George Orwell novel
Of the same
name
and year.
Stars John Hurt.
Oh, John Hurt. Okay.
So
I think I actually started watching this before.
Really?
Either that or Fahrenheit 451. Probably Fahrenheit 451. That's the one where they burn books, right?
Yep.
That's the one I started watching instead.
Okay.
Not this one, 1984. Okay, very different.
Yeah, different 80s movies,
Okay.
but 80s movies nonetheless.
80s movies that aren't Short Circuit.
Three Amigos versus 1984. Which one are you leaning towards, Troy?
Oh. I don't know. I think 1984 would be in the camp that would end up winning our tournament kind of movie.
Oh, really?
Just because I think it's got the most interesting thing to say.
Yeah.
And it's an older movie.
Yeah.
And it's most likely a drama that's not UHF.
It wasn't made in the 2000s, so of course it's going to win.
But I think I might be leaning towards Three Amigos.
I don't know, because
I
I
haven't
always...
seen that in forever.
Yeah, and I always think, like, Three Amigos is that movie that you bring up to people where they're like, oh, Three Amigos!
Yeah.
Where I think, like, that might stick out more.
Okay.
It makes me curious when you say that you think that this one might win it all, because I think people might be more gravitated towards Three Amigos.
Okay. Well, we'll see, won't we?
We will see.
It's going to be one or the other. Well, we will have a winner and loser
We
next week.
shall see. And our matchup for next week is both films are from the 2010s.
Okay. And
Still
not Short Circuit, right?
Still not Short Circuit. And one of them was made this year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
Okay.
so there you go.
Okay. All right. You got me thinking. I'm narrowing them down.
All right. You're thinking of every movie made this year?
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
But before that, Three Amigos versus 1984. Get your votes in so you make sure that your film moves on in the tournament
That's right.
alongside V for Vendetta. See if we can do it from memory. V for Vendetta, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Mortal Kombat, and Smokin' Aces.
Perfect. It's winding up to be a very good tournament,
Yeah.
Eric.
Good job, Eric. Just keep bringing his name up every time. Even when we know all of them already, I was like, wow, Eric, you really called this one.
I just like doing that to him. That's so good. Well, does that scoot us right into the top of the hour?
I think we're pretty much scooted in.
All right. We are going over Casablanca, number 3 in the AFI top 100 movies of all time.
Yes.
From the year 2007.
In the year 2007. And AFI quit.
Dropping January 23rd, 1943.
Yeah.
Across all of the United States.
Okay.
With a budget roughly of $1 million.
Yeah. What about Germany? Did Germany pick this one up? This one seems like they'd really be into it around this time. Yeah. They weren't really doing anything around this time, were they?
I can't, put a finger on one thing specifically.
Yeah, they're probably doing multiple things around this time.
Domestically, this is where I was having a hard time when I was saying I was like on the shittiest website. Because I found anywhere it brought in from like $3.7 million domestically
Yeah.
to 10 point something million.
Jesus.
And I'm like, one of these doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
So I split the difference and I just went with a $3.7 million take.
Gotcha.
In 1943.
Yeah.
I think it was released internationally, but it didn't like do gangbusters. Probably
Yeah.
a couple tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes has us at 98%.
It's a lot.
IMDb 8.5 out of 10.
That's a lot.
Metacritic 100%.
Jesus.
And Frank's Movie Blog gives it 5 out of 5 stars, A+.
Frank loves it.
Frank loves it. I also am very curious about his rating system. Stars and letters.
Frank is very partial to films that take place in Africa. Mostly Morocco. You take place in Morocco. I'm on board.
A+, 5 out of 5 stars.
My 2 favorite movies are this and Sex and the City 2.
Not a flaw between them. JT, what happened in Casablanca?
Well, we go to the town of Casablanca, where a man by the name of Rick runs his own club called Rick's Americain.
Uh-huh.
Very oddly, the second film in a row that we're talking about where a guy names a club after himself. where a lot of it seems back alley deals to assign paperwork to get to America are done because in Morocco, I guess they are considered a neutral country where they're French owned, but like Nazis kind of go in and out as they please. Where sooner or later they might be taken over. So if you want to be safe, best get the shit out of Casablanca and get your ass to America. Because, yeah, Nazis are on ya.
Nazis are coming for you.
Yeah.
Whoever you are.
Yes.
Very good. I did not know what the plot of this movie was.
I did not
at
know.
All going in.
The first time I saw that, I had no idea what the plot was, and they had that whole exposition in the beginning where it's like Morocco is neutral and people are.
Where they have that like,
refugees are
3D like globe made of modeling
it's
clay,
like spinning in a big cloud of fog. Like refugees are flooding into Morocco to avoid Nazi-occupied France and blah, blah, blah. Now they're trying to gain papers to get to America. Where I was like, what the fuck are you making me watch, Molly?
Yeah. I had to, like, almost pause and think about what this movie was even about. So I'm like, okay, so Casablanca is like a refugee town where people, like, scrape up the paperwork to make it to America, regardless if the paperwork is like legit or not.
Yeah, like the police in Casablanca are corrupt enough that you could maybe talk them into getting you the proper paperwork where you could go to America and they wouldn't send you right back.
Right. So that's one little wrinkle in this. What I also found was that like everybody is just welcome there, like Nazis and others.
Yeah.
And it seems like to be no different because like when the Nazis show up in Casablanca and the chief of like police greets them and is like kind to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Who are the bad guys here? Is everybody a Nazi in this movie? So,
well, it's a neutral country. You can't, there's no like active war inside the country.
Right. And so once I finally grasped this, I'm like, oh, this is kind of an interesting concept.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of
people
fun.
there playing both sides.
Yeah. There's a lot of fun scenes where there's like French soldiers and Nazi soldiers just kind of like butting heads every once in a while. Like they'll just like, they're like drinking next to each other and then they're like, oh, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Like the one chick that like Rick dates where like she like gets so pissed that she starts dating a Nazi.
But yeah, then we meet Humphrey Bogart, who runs Rick's Club.
Yeah. I love his intro. Like they introduce him like a fucking Marvel superhero.
Pretty much.
Where it's like he signs his name and they pan up to his face and it's like, I'm fucking Rick.
Yeah, and then it just ends up being old tired face Humphrey Bogart. A big plus for this movie is that it's just over an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, perfect.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Perfect. And it moves. Like, there's a lot going on.
Oh, I know.
Like, very quickly in this movie.
Yeah.
So much that, like, I think I missed a few things here and there. Because I watched this, like, very early today. I watched both movies that we're going to be talking about today.
Jesus. One in particular... You should have saved for a day. It took me 3 days to watch the one we're talking about on Monday.
We'll get to that Monday.
We will.
But Casablanca, I've been told from other people before that it's like a perfect movie. So I went in with pretty high expectations.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was let down. Because this has a lot of stuff going for it. It's got a very interesting concept, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Something that I guess I'm surprised they would do during this time when it was made. Whereas, like, an expatriate of the United States is, like, not necessarily welcoming Nazis, but, like, is civil with them.
Yeah, he's
To a
like
point.
he's a guy that like fends for himself more or less.
He has no ties to anything.
no.
So he's like, anybody's welcome in my club,
Yeah.
but I get to pick who's in VIP.
Yeah, like they kind of insinuate that he left America because like if he would have stayed there, he would be in jail.
Yeah.
Like that's why he moved to France, and then he moved to France because it was like, oh shit, Nazis, they're just gonna fucking gonna fuck up my business. Now I gotta move somewhere else.
Right. And I don't think you ever learn what he actually does, do you? To get
Not
to,
they
like, be,
they say some stuff like he did some kind of stuff like in America or in France at least. I think he did some stuff to try and like fight against the Nazis, but then he kind of gave up.
Anyway, that had that going for it. The running time was a good plus.
Yes, very much.
This
so.
movie is funny in parts.
Oh, dude, I love like 1940s quips.
Yeah.
Just the just like the random, like they don't even like build up the line. They just say the line, and then you're like, oh, god damn it.
You got me. I didn't
Like,
see it coming.
there's so much shit like in comedies nowadays where like they do this giant build up to like a line that just like lands like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Where I was like, what the fuck? But then like there's so many like these 1940s ones, like even like Singing in the Rain that we did, and then like this where like they're just throwing lines, and then it's like sometimes they don't hit and you don't even really care because they don't really build them up, but then the ones that do hit, you're like, shit, I gotta pay attention now.
One in particular happens kind of later in the movie where like the Casablanca police chief has to like empty the building or whatever.
Okay.
He's like, everyone out of there, everyone out there.
Yeah.
There's no gambling allowed in here. Here's your winnings, sir. Yeah, shut up, everyone out of here.
Dude, okay. My favorite character is the fucking French commandant.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he treats crime like a gossipy bitch through this whole movie, and I love it every single time. And he fucking treats Rick like a goddamn golden god.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
the first time I saw this with Molly, I was like, he wants to fuck Rick.
Yeah.
Anytime he goes into Rick's club and Rick does anything out of the ordinary what he usually does, he's like, Rick, you're drinking with someone else? Oh, give me a drink as well.
Yeah. The another bit part that I really liked is one of his like flamboyant bartenders. It was like that woman early on. It's like, Rick, have a drink with me or whatever. Da, da, da. It's like, no, go home. You're drunk, lady. It's like, hey, make sure you see this lady home. Oh, I very much will. I love her. I love you. I will do it. Yes. Okay. And he goes like, and make sure you come back, will ya? Okay. I love her. He was only in it, and that one speaking point for like that one scene. He's in it throughout, but that one scene, I was like, this guy is amazing. I want to see him more throughout this
There's
movie.
some pretty badass secondary characters in this. There was like the guy that was his competition that ran like the Parrot Club or something.
Oh yeah,
He's just some fat fucking a fez, and it was just like constantly trying to ask him to buy Sam.
yeah, which was problematic to me that they want to buy the one black guy that's in this movie.
Yeah.
But Sam is great in this too.
Oh my
Every
God.
time he's on screen, I just have a smile on my face because he's
Man.
so fucking happy.
I like this movie makes me want more movies with like musical breaks. Where like Sam was singing Knock on Wood. I was getting into it. I was like knocking on wood when they would do that shit. Like, who's unhappy? We're unhappy. How unhappy? Very unhappy. Well, in case, just knock on wood.
The whole bar.
The whole bar knocks on wood when he does it.
Yeah. And I love, too, that, like, pretty much Sam is always just rolling a piano anywhere that he needs to go.
Yeah.
Like, he's never without that stand-up piano.
Yeah. And, like, even though, like, Sam kind of talks like a, oh, yes, sir,
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah, yeah.
like, he still, like, plays, like, that best friend where it's like, ah, shit, his ex is here. Man, don't go down this road. You know what happens when you go down this road. And he's like, Sam, play that song. Fuck. All right, I'm
know
playing.
what happens when I play this.
I'll play the song, but shit. Yeah. I'll play the song, but man, it's gonna fuck you up. It's done it before.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Just play it, Sam. All right.
I mean, this movie made it to such high popularity that almost every line in this you've already heard before.
Oh, totally.
Even like, of all the gin joints in the world, she had to come to mine or whatever. It's like, oh my god, that one. Here's looking at you, kid.
Yep.
Play me off, Sam.
Yeah.
That's
Play it again.
line.
Play it again, Sam.
Yeah. But like, it's synonymous with every famous line almost in cinema.
Yeah.
Is from this movie.
Yep. But I liked kind of like their portrayal in this of Rick, because Rick kind of becomes kind of like a broken down man at certain points.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like movies like this, like in the 40s, like the man is always like the stoic one.
Mm-hmm.
But like in this movie, like the woman is the one that's kind of juggling two dudes.
Yeah.
And they definitely portray Rick as the guy that's very broken up about it. Like, it's usually the other way around. Like, the woman's broken up because the guy is trying to decide between two different people.
Yeah.
But they kind of turn on its head here, where it was like, well, shit. Like, Rick looks like a pathetic bitch sometimes.
Yeah, he's pretty broken up about. Shoot, I can't remember what her name is in this.
Yeah.
I can only remember her real name. But yeah, I really liked that. Yeah, I keep wanting to say Ingrid. It's not Ingrid. It's Ilsa.
Yeah.
There you go. Ilsa.
But it's also a situation where no one's really at fault. Like, it's definitely like a situation where it was like, oh shit, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm having a stroke. So, gauging by what the guy said to me like years ago, because this is like his favorite movie.
Okay.
I could see why it is his favorite movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty tight. It's got a very interesting concept.
Yeah.
It's got interesting characters. It's got funny. It's got funny.
It's got funny in it.
It's got tension in it because it's during like that wartime.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh shit, like there are Nazis here.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. Like, it's such a weird movie because it's like you think about like, this movie takes place during World War II. Oh shit, what are they going to talk about? Like D-Day? Are they going to talk about like this big battle? We're going to talk about refugees trying to get papers to go to America. Oh. All right.
yeah.
But they portray it in a way where like you do get invested, and like especially like the French commandant in this is so fucking fun to watch just because like he's just such a gossipy bitch about everything. Like, he's like the true what Rick thinks he is. Like, he really is like a piece of shit that just only looks out for himself. They even insinuate in a lot of scenes that he's like fucking chicks for green cards, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, there's that scene where like they're in his office when he talks to what's his name, and then when he leaves, his secretary was like, "Hey, we have someone waiting to ask you for papers to immigrate to America," and then he's like, "Oh, really? What does she look like?" I was like, oh my god, what a piece of shit.
Yeah. I did like that, though, where that young woman needed to get some papers to get out of there because she just like married her husband or whatever.
Yeah.
And he like rigged the roulette game in order for him to win money.
Well, he rigged it because the commandant was gonna fuck her and she was underage.
Right. Well, just to get out of all that shit, like that was pretty funny. He's like, put it all on 22. Do it again.
Yeah.
It's like, now get these fucking winnings.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was pretty great.
And he's so bad at hiding it because it literally like 4 or 5 people like stop him, being like, "That was a really nice thing you did there, Rick." Like, why do you even
like it
just give him the fucking money then. You're trying to play off this fucking big hoax, and like meanwhile everyone's like, "Wow, Rick, that was pretty nice of you." Everyone, he's so shitty at hiding it.
That was a good point. Like right after, it's like, "That's a good thing you did, Rick." And it's like, everyone was watching the owner of this club come up and put the money on 22, and he won twice in a row. Everyone saw it. He
literally gets stopped by so many people telling him how he did such a nice thing. I was like, Just give him the fucking money if that's the thing that's gonna happen.
This movie did win quite a few awards.
Yeah.
I want to bring that up. I just closed the page, so F me. But it was nominated for Academy Awards. And it did win Best Picture in 1944.
Nice.
Also won Best Director. It also won Best Writing and Screenplay. It was also nominated for Best Actor for Humphrey Bogart. Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Claude Rains. And
I'm guessing Claude Rains is the, he's the captain.
Best Cinematography he was nominated for. Best Film Editing. Best Music. But it only took away those 3. Which are the big ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, the Captain Louis Renault. He's like the... That's also another famous line, like the last line of the whole movie where Rick is like walking with him and saying, "This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship," or something.
Mm-hmm. Setting up the sequel. Casablanca 2, back in action. Anyway, I don't want to have a lull. I was trying to read some other trivia in it, but it's like not super interesting trivia.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the thing that I like the most about this movie is that like you go into it like the premise seems so dull compared to the time where it's like you're taking place during World War II and we're watching these fucking people trying to take a plane to America. Like there's so much more shit going on right now.
Well, kind of like I thought that was kind of refreshing that they didn't even really talk about World War II at all.
Yeah, because everyone has so much more on their mind. They just want to get the fuck out of there before the Nazis like make their way down through Africa and fucking take over this place too. So yeah, that's why I like it in the same sense where it's like it's a time where so much is going on, but yet you're focusing on this small detail that's taking place during this big fucking traumatic experience that's going on throughout the whole world. And they portray it in a way that it's like actually compelling. Like even like bring in like Ilsa's husband Victor Laszlo, who was like a guy that like escaped a concentration camp to get to Casablanca, and then like the Nazis are literally in town to be like, we're just gonna watch him to make sure he doesn't leave because fuck this guy.
Flipping that guy has been like in and out of trouble like in everywhere he goes and has like apparently quote died every single time to like create like a new
he's had like 5 different experiences or something where people have said that he's died, but then he still ends up coming back, and then he shows up in Casablanca with his wife.
I actually really like the scene with him where the Nazis are like at a piano and they're playing like I guess the German national anthem or whatever it is.
Yeah, they're playing like the Nazi national anthem. Then he plays the French one.
And like everyone stands up and sings it, and
they drown him out. Like...
that was a good scene. But yeah, I actually really ended up liking that Laszlo guy quite a bit.
Yeah.
Who is the guy that we're talking about? He's just like a man of action who wants like the best for everything, and he's like almost like a I don't know, like small like political leader, not so much like in actual politics, but like political uprisings.
Like he was like putting shit out like in France that was like opposing like the Nazi propaganda, where like it was raising the ire of the Nazis enough that they captured him and threw him in a concentration camp for like 2 years. And that's how Ilsa and Rick got together, was that she thought that he was dead. So then like they met each other in France and started like hooking up. And then like the day that they were going to get out of France because the Nazis were pretty much taking over was the day that she found out that her husband was still alive, and then went and tried to find him.
Left him high and well, not even high and dry.
Yeah, high and wet.
Soaking wet at the train station with Sam.
Yep.
Yeah. There's very little things in this movie that I dislike at all. I can't even think of one off the top of my head. There's actually like really awesome shots in this too, where they play with shadow.
Yeah.
Like just the scene, for instance, where he goes to his safe and he like cuts behind something and there's that hard light shadow and you see Humphrey Bogart like going through his safe in shadow while he's still having a conversation with the guy on screen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool shot.
Yeah.
And then I think they do that one more time in the movie too. I thought it was really well done. Mm-hmm. And of course, you can't discount the big modeling clay globe at the beginning.
Of course not.
Does the Indiana Jones like hopping through cities to get where
they,
he needs to go.
They definitely have like a big fucking like fog machine in the background. Like it's like rotating on like this big like looks like a fucking witch's cauldron.
So it's I would. If I didn't rent this, I might even buy it because I could see like watching this every few years.
Yeah, me and Molly like go back and watch it like at least once a year.
Do ya?
It gets just kind of it's kind of fun just to go back and rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, like maybe I'm just getting older, but I'm like really digging like diving into like these older films that like have like stuck out over the years because
Yeah.
you can really. Even like especially with Casablanca, you can really see what people saw in it, even though we've probably seen it being like ripped off countless times in other different movies. Like this seems like so genuine and refreshing.
Yeah.
Like even like movies nowadays are not made like this.
No.
Like
no.
movies nowadays don't have like musical breaks where Sam is like jumping in like putting out a really sweet ass fucking tune out of nowhere.
I think you forgot about Top Gun, where they sing in Top Gun. They did that in 1986.
Yeah. Where they fucking repeat the first line of Great Balls of Fire 9 fucking times.
Yeah, even though this movie is like ripped off like through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I found this still really refreshing going in and watching it because I'm like, I had no idea what it was about.
Yeah.
Went in and I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. And it flew right by. Great comedy aspects of it. Interesting characters. And I'm like, man, that was really good. Another thing that the guy said that I was also looking out for when I was watching it, that he said it's his favorite movie because there's not one shot that's wasted in it.
Yeah.
So I was trying to see, like, if there was. And I'm like, I can't really tell, I guess, going through it unless I was really analyzing it.
Yeah.
But, because he must have seen some film class or something where he was telling me all about this shit and giving it to me for free.
Was this Coach Havens?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't that different film class that he had for me.
Yeah, trying to like sound like a fucking. Actually, I took this film class, and the teacher told me that this was no shot was wasted.
It wasn't him. No. But all in all, I really don't got much else to say about the movie.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the guy that like sells Rick the papers in the beginning, I think was like Igor from Frankenstein.
Yeah, because I placed him like almost right away.
Yeah, it's the eyes.
Yeah,
it's totally the eyes. They like bug out. Where it's like, Rick, I got these fucking tickets.
I got these tickets for you, Rick. Here are these papers for you, Rick.
And then he goes and gets arrested. Or is he the one that gets shot down outside?
No, he doesn't get shot. He gets arrested, and then later they say, like, and then he's like, "Hey, do you want to visit your friend in prison, Rick?" He's like, "Well, I wouldn't mind." He's like, "Well, he's dead." They just say, "Will be pretty hard to visit him, Rick, seeing as how he was shot down. We don't know if it was suicide or if he was trying to escape." What a dickhead thing to ask.
But yeah, I placed him like right away when I saw him. Fucking his little Weasley face. But I went on to like his IMDb to see what else he was in. He's like in a bunch of like Vincent Price movies and shit like that.
Oh, totally.
So I'm like, oh, great.
Rick.
I'm pretty sure the Commandant is the one that says that shit. He just says the most dickish things, but then he's also like looking out for Rick at the same time.
Right.
Or like, whose side are you on?
That's my question though. I still love him.
Yeah, he's definitely like plays where it's like, okay, what's gonna work the best for me in this situation?
Right.
Like, 'cause every single time that like something happens that could fuck over Rick, he warns him, being like, well, Rick, just to let you know, these guys might be looking for you later, or we're going to do this arrest. Where I was like, why? Tell him. It's not going to help you in any way. I think you just want to fuck Rick.
Right. Getting his VIP all the time.
He is so spellbound anytime Rick drinks with somebody, too.
No shit. Well, he doesn't ever do it. That's the
he
thing.
never does
Never does it.
Even he's very quick to even bring it up too.
Yeah.
Like when someone's like, "Hey, where's Rick? I want to buy him a drink." Oh, you want to buy Rick a drink? Well, sir, let me tell you, he never drinks with anybody. Like, get over yourself, fucking.
Oh my god.
It's always about people drinking with Rick. And
What else does that fucking commandant do? He's just always at Rick's club. He doesn't do anything else. He's just always there.
And he treats crime like a fucking gossip. I think he pretty much tells every single person in that club that there's going to be an arrest tonight.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to arrest these guys over here, so just stand over by the door.
Hey, don't leave just yet. There's going to be an arrest later. You don't want to miss this.
Is there one point where I can't remember, but like they like shoot somebody outside and everyone's like, settle down, have a drink, listen to some music.
I think it was when the guy left. Like, it's all right now. And then they just go right back to it. Was like, did you see that, Rick?
Oh man, they got murdered.
Yeah, Rick, did you see that gunfight there earlier? Quite the action in your club there, eh, Rick? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I suppose so. Look at how tired I look all the time. Humphrey Bogart. I think Humphrey Bogart had like also like hair plugs in or made his hairline look better.
Yeah, I can see that.
I watched like a restoration version of this movie in HD.
Yeah.
And it looks like his receding hairline was just colored in. Like, oh no. 4K doesn't help everybody.
Oh no, Humphrey Bogart. Your footage is catching up with your age.
Yes. I also really like, too, in old black and white movies where they hit, like, the female star, and they always have it, like, feathered out.
Yeah, and they Vaseline the shit out of the lens.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that shit. You can see, like, right when they do it, too, where it's, like, they first introduce her, and it's so hard, and then they go back to her, and it's, like, the softest fucking shot you've ever seen in your entire life. Or, like, it looked like someone just, like, rubbed chicken grease all over the lens.
It does. Where they do it in all of those old black and white movies.
All of them.
It's so funny. It's even to the point it's like Humphrey Bogart, crisp restoration 4K.
Yep.
Over here, Ilsa. Boom. Soft feathered out
Softest
everybody.
feathery
And then goes to the double shot. Clean, crisp, doesn't matter. Back to her, soft, off focus. It's like, oh my god, so good.
You can just like see like some like 1940s director being like, yeah, softer. You're beautiful, baby.
She's got.
You're an
like
angel.
Butter.
You're a goddamn angel.
Can't get this any softer.
More grease. Rub more grease on the lens. She needs to be softer.
Oh my god.
Make her borderline blurry.
Yeah, but otherwise I think this movie ended up being pretty great.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. Like there's not really much to talk about, but it's just kind of fun to watch all the way through. Mm-hmm. Just even like based on the fact that like it's a situation where you're not really rooting against anybody.
Right.
Like everyone kind of has their own stake in it where you're like, I can see why you're doing what you're doing.
Right.
Like if I didn't really know what the ending was going to be before this, like I would have been like, I don't even know how this is going to end. Mm-hmm. Cuz like Rick has like a stake in like what's going on, and the Victor Laszlo guy has a stake in what's going on, and like Ilsa, like even at one point she's like, you know what, fuck this, I'm just gonna be with you then, because like, this whole Victor Laszlo, like he's my husband, but it's like shit is so hot that like I don't even know if he's gonna ever be able to leave the country, and like I know I can leave with you, so let's just fucking go. And then it's like, well, shit, are they gonna end up together? And then like like it plays out like almost kind of like a play. Yeah, where you're like, well, shit, I'm on kind of the edge of my seat to know what's gonna happen to these people.
Yeah,
even like the fucking dickhead commandant being like, well, Rick, you'd be really interested to know that we're going to arrest Victor Laszlo in your club this very night. Like, telling Rick shit.
Oh my god. I need to rewatch this because Chelsea missed like the first 20 minutes of it, I think.
Yeah.
So I might go ahead and rewatch it with her tomorrow if I can. But yeah, I really think she'd like this.
Just for the shithead commandant alone.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so
and maybe
good.
I'd catch more things. I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself because I wanted to watch this early enough where I could like get like a decent amount of research done with it.
Yeah.
But all these older movies, it's fun to like go back and like revisit some of the history with
Oh
it
yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But I put it off until like the last minute, like
Nah.
usual. So
Yeah. Oh, it's all good. Like, I don't know. This one was just kind of fun just to like let it wash over you.
yeah.
'Cause it's so bare bones, but it's such a story that it's like, I think like your friend is right. Like this is kind of like perfectly shot in a way where there's really no fat to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no fat to
Yeah.
it. Like everything is there for some sort of reason.
Yeah.
So whether if it's like a wasted shot or not, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
his phrasing is different.
Yeah.
But I would go ahead and score this like a perfect movie. Like
Really?
I would say A+.
A plus, my God, Troy.
I think it's pretty good. Like it
Nice.
really surprised me.
So you're saying it definitely, you think that this deserves to be in the number 3 spot on the AFI Top 100?
I think it deserves to be higher.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
Possible spoiler for The Godfather.
Possible. Not that well, we'll get to it on Monday.
All right. We'll get
But,
to it on Monday.
Yeah. But I have my reasons, and I think this is like I haven't ever seen Citizen Kane, so
Yeah.
maybe that one will blow me away.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
But this, I would think it's concise, interesting, funny when it needs to be.
Yeah.
Light when it needs to be. Runtime is just over 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty
it's,
good.
It's great. Like
Yeah.
it's what it exactly wants and needs to be.
Yeah.
I would say it's like a perfect movie.
Man, now you're making me think about maybe making a perfect movie. Like I was never bored. Like especially going into it being like a movie where it was like it doesn't seem like that interesting of a topic, but they make it interesting just based on the fact that like the people that are trying to attain these papers, you definitely have a vested interest in. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like things that I wouldn't like about it, but maybe I'll go A+ too. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna put you down for A+.
Go ahead and put me A+.
Woo!
'Cause it's-
double A+.
Yeah, there's nothing really about this where I was like, why'd they do that?
Right. I started this movie way early, like at 5:30 this morning.
Really?
Well, I got Macy up to go to daycare, and then she was sick, so he like kept her home.
Yeah.
But I was up, and I
Yeah.
got her up and ready to go
Yep.
and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna keep her home, and she's kind of drifting off and back to sleep. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I do have to watch 2 movies today. I'll just put in
That's
this.
got to
one.
be a testament that if it keeps you awake at 5:30 in the morning.
That's what it was. I'm like, it's like a movie from the 40s. It'll probably put me right out.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think I stopped it once to do something, but like,
Yeah.
I never got tired of it or anything. So I was
No.
like, damn.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, very good.
Way to go, Casablanca.
Way to go, Casablanca. High praise.
High praise.
My
Almost
God.
the highest of praise that we've had on this show so far.
I don't think we barely ever had a double A+
Yeah.
ever. What did we have for?
I will say that
Raging
I
Bull?
do think I
Double
like.
B minuses.
I think I might like Sing in the Rain more just based on the fact that Sing in the Rain is so dynamic.
Yeah, Singing in the Rain's really fun.
Yeah.
It definitely has like a fun factor over
Yeah.
this.
In terms of like our top 5 AFI lists that we're tackling so far, I think I still might put Sing in the Rain as my number 1 so far.
Okay.
But Casablanca is still is definitely number 2.
Should we, when we get down to all 5, you don't want to do like a re-rank?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a re-rank.
Do a re-rank.
See where they really fall.
Yeah.
AFI. All right. Well, is there anything else you were into this last week?
Well, I
JT.
saw the movie Long Shot,
Okay.
the Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron film
Oh, yeah.
where she's running for president. It sucks.
Oh no.
I fucking hate these modern comedies.
Yeah.
It's so much like fucking, let's talk about Game of Thrones because people laugh about it.
Oh,
It's just like, fucking.
that sucks.
Yeah. There's a spot at the end for no reason at all. Fucking like, Ice-T's son just yells Wakanda forever. Where it was like, what? No.
What is this?
This is gonna age
Terribly.
terribly, shittily. The shittiest of aging will happen to this movie.
Oh no! You know what? I just not just realized, but I was watching something with Seth Rogen not that long ago. I think they're promoting this movie,
Yeah.
and they asked him like how many current projects he has going, and it's like a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's got to be a rich motherfucker at this point.
Yeah. Seth Rogen is like Hollywood's go-to. Oh, like let's have like fucking nerds put themselves in him, and like they're gonna fuck a hot chick.
Well, he does like these types of movies.
Yeah.
He barely makes anything where like the stoner thing anymore. Really.
Yeah.
Does he do it in this?
They have like a seat or like a spot where they go out clubbing and do Molly.
Okay. Well, he's not making like Pineapple Expresses or anything anymore. He's like moved into like a producer seat.
Yeah.
He's
But
got, like-
he's good with that.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got like 4 shows on TV right now.
Yeah, like The Preacher, The Boys,
Mm-hmm.
and shit. Yeah, I know he's doing some other stuff too.
He's doing stuff with the Invincible movie whenever that happens.
Oh yeah.
It's just like he went from like the weird chubby faced kid from Freaks and Geeks to this.
Yeah.
Where he's just like
Him and his writing partner are making some real good shit.
Yeah.
Him and Evan Goldberg are making some good shit.
yeah.
But it's just like movies like this where he's like, let's get fucking Seth Rogen so he can do his like fucking his high laugh. And then say some weird dumb like pop culture bullshit every once in a while.
Wakanda forever.
It's just not good.
Sucks.
I it took me a little bit to get here just because I was trying to finish this just so I could say that I finished it, and I was like, why the fuck am I still watching this shit?
You want to pass me a brewski?
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad that you decided you had to finish that.
I know, poor me. But something that I watched that was pretty interesting on Hulu. They have something called The Amazing Jonathan documentary.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And I watched it, and it is fucked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not so much a documentary on Amazing Jonathan. It's a documentary on the documentary the guy was making on Amazing Jonathan, because like it gets to a point where like you feel like Amazing Jonathan is kind of doing an Andy Kaufman thing on this guy.
Okay.
Like, so he starts filming him because, like, I guess Amazing Jonathan was like, if you don't know who he was like this really big comedian, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, that was like, he would use magic and shit, and he would like do it in a way where like he would like make it where you didn't really know what was real. And then out of nowhere, he did this like press conference where he said that he had cardiomyopathy, which is like an enlargement of the heart where like you will have like just like a few years to live or a year to live. So then he said that, and then he disappeared and retired. And now it's 3 years have gone by since he had that announcement. So this guy was like, okay, well, I'm going to do a documentary on him. So he goes to his house and like starts like filming him and shit. And then out of nowhere, like Amazing Jonathan was like, well, I'm going to come out of retirement. I was like, well, the doctors say you shouldn't. It's like, well, I'm going to. And he does. And then like, while he's out of retirement, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I got this like deal from this guy to do a documentary, and I guess it's the same people that did Searching for Sugar Man, so I'm gonna take them up on their offer. So he's got 2 documentary crews following him, and every time he's doing like a press junket for this, it's like, yeah, I got these 2 guys following me for this documentary. I got the guys that did Searching for Sugar Man, and then there's this other guy. I guess he's okay. But then he'll even like go out of his way to be like, well, I'm gonna make you sign this contract where you have to wait until they put their documentary out first. So you have to wait 3 years to put this documentary out about me.
Jesus.
And then like as the movie goes on, it's like, yeah, there's this person that was following me for 4 years before you that's been doing a documentary on me. It gets to a point where 5 different documentary film crews are following him. And this guy just starts being like, man, if I make this about him, I'm not going to make any money. So I'm going to make the documentary about me making the documentary. But it gets to a point where it's like, you don't even know what's real. Like if he's Andy Kaufmaning him or whatever, like he's just like hiring people to just like fuck with him to be like, yeah, I'm making a documentary on him too. Like, when's yours coming out? And he's like, well, he told me I couldn't release it for like another 3 years. It's like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to like, right when I'm done with it, I'm going to release it. And then, like, there was like, it's just so much shit. Like, there's also like a part where like I guess like Amazing Jonathan like says that he's doing meth. And like the guy's like, well, if you do meth with me, I'll let you film it and you can put it in your documentary. And the guy's like, should I do meth? Like, it gets fucking insane.
Damn. I opened it up because I have been actually watching something on Hulu. And that's been like my top page every single time I open it up. And I'm like, oh, I really like The Amazing Jonathan.
Yeah.
I kind of want to check it out.
Like, it's so insane. Like, the documentary even opens up with a disclaimer being like, we don't know if any of this is true. Like, it gets to a point where the guy's even like, well, the guy said he was going to die in a year, and it's 3 years later. Maybe he's even lying about that.
Oh, my God.
It's just like, it's interesting as shit.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I got a lot of reading to do. I'll get into that in just a minute.
And I watched the first episode of The Righteous Gemstones, that comedy on HBO, and it's pretty good so far.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
Oof.
Got the hiccups right now.
I want to also kind of check that out. Both me and Chelsea are kind of like on an Adam Devine kick.
Yeah.
Recently, I don't know why. Just seem to be watching a lot of stuff with him in it. So I don't know. I might check it out. Anything else?
That's all I'm into right now.
You brought up a lot of people in fezzes earlier, and this is what I want to write down because that reminded me that I was started to rewatch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah.
God, great movie.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever reviewed any Indiana Jones movie on this show.
No, we haven't.
But it starts out great.
Oh.
Like the whole thing is just super fun.
So
camp.
good.
I love it. Fighting
Yeah.
Nazis, great.
I remember watching it as a kid, and that end fucking scarred me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like all the ends of Indiana Jones movies scar me.
Yeah,
Especially Temple of Doom.
with the fucking Duke getting his heart ripped. What the fuck was Steven Spielberg trying to do to kids?
No idea. But even at the end of like the third one, where the guy drinks from the wrong cup and is like ages instantly in front of you, and his eyes roll back. And
doesn't he even like laugh maniacally too? It's like yeah, and he's just like fucking like his
starts screaming, and he's like
oh yeah, yeah.
And his like skeleton explodes or whatever. I'm like Jesus. I remember specifically turning around and telling my parents I don't want to watch this part. And they're like, yeah, good. But anyway, Raiders of the Lost Ark, great. A lot of fezzes in that movie. That's what it reminded me of. God. Especially the guy's like, Indy! He's always fixing his fez running down a hill or whatever.
That fat fucking dude that always follows
Gimli.
Gimli?
Perfect. And then I've also been watching Letterkenny. I finally got into Letterkenny.
So good.
It's... I guess I didn't know that it actually was like a full-on like episode of something.
Yeah.
I thought it was more like almost like kind of like a clip show.
Oh, yeah.
Where it'd just be like different scenes played out, but they don't interconnect or anything like that. That's what I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. It's like a full-on episode of something.
Yeah.
With some topic, and they've got reoccurring characters and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like a bit of a learning curve getting into it and getting accustomed to the cadence of how everyone speaks.
Oh, yeah.
But once it clicks in, it's like, this is
like,
great.
There's lines that will like hit me so hard I have to pause the episode. Also, so the main guy, Wayne,
Yeah.
is totally my cousin Jeff.
Yes. He very much is. Very much. Even almost looks like him.
Yeah, I know. I want him to watch Letterkenny so bad. Like, that's you. Wayne is you.
He is. I said that exact same thing to Chelsea, and she's like, yep, it looks like him. I was like, God. And then he's got freaking Squirrely Dan and Derry.
Derry?
And his hot sister, Kate.
God. Katie's so goddamn hot.
Who's always just, like, wearing next to nothing.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like a reoccurring joke. Like, please put some clothes on. It's like, and then she's like, no, not gonna do it. Unacceptable. Yeah, I really like the show. The really horny, thirsty bartender in it says some gross shit.
Yeah. There's like a season where she disappears and I was like legit sad, and then she comes back when they like bring back the bar.
Oh
Where I was like,
God.
Thank God. I love her so much. Like, she's so gross.
She is so gross. She is sick. Like, where there's one line I think she says, she's like, I'd want to know where she comes from so bad I'd blow her dad or something. Or I'd blow her dad just to see where she came from. And I'm like, oh my God. So sick. But then, like, the two boys at the bar are like, oh, you mean Pickley Dan or whatever his name is? Yeah, he got kicked in the nuts by a donkey. Whatever. So now one of his nuts looks like a big old imploded fucking avocado. The other one looks just like a shriveled peach pit. It's like, God, what a great show. Anyway, Letterkenny, great. Check it out sometime.
Yes, definitely. All of it's on Hulu, and I guess they're even like they're gonna start putting the new episodes as they come out on Hulu too.
Oh, solid. And then coming down the pipeline, I've got a lot of sex comics to read.
I saw like Ghost Hunter Dave put up a tweet where it was like, "Is this your big box of porn?"
Yeah, and it's extensive. I might just be too horny to finish all these books, but I doubt that because I started reading one, and I'm just like, oh my God, how am I gonna get through this?
I think I might just like watch your full episodes of your Imperious Sex series. I want to watch you guys try and like squirm through all this fucking like gross sex shit.
First page of one of them, I was like, I don't know. I want
to call Dave and say it's over.
There's the first page of a book called Black Kiss.
Oh,
it
already sounds bad.
It opens up with the woman's answering machine answering, and she's like a total tramp. All right, she says that in her own voice message, where she like. To the point where it was so gross that she says she drinks a cup of cum a day.
God, and I just took a sip of beer. God damn it.
And I'm like, God damn it. And that's what it opens with? So we'll see how this all goes. I got a lot of pages of this to read. But anyway, we're recording all of them.
Oh my God.
Next Thursday.
All
So I got a lot to read.
Shit.
That and finish a Swamp Thing. There we go. There you have it.
There you go.
So JT, if people want to just talk premature sex comics with you, where can they do that?
Send me your big cups of cum at Bucky for Everyone on Twitter, also Bucky for Everyone on Instagram, and Bucky for Everyone on Snapchat. Troy.
You can talk to me at Troy to the Max on Twitter. You can find us both at Review Pod on Twitter. All of our new episodes are uploaded onto reviewreviewpod.podbean.com.
Yes.
Let me catch a breath. And all of our episodes are also uploaded to a bunch of other platforms such as Stitcher and Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you listen to us on the ladder, you can rate and review us there, because if you like the show, it helps other people find the show.
It does.
You can always just write in at reviewpod@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
Phone lines are always open.
The phone line's always open.
That's right. I'm going to do a late check right now.
I should have pulled up. There's like a Facebook chat thing where some guy tried to send us something.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I don't think I got that one.
Oh, you have to look. I listened to a little bit of it. So I guess it's this guy that fucking does a podcast where like he reads a chapter from this book that he wrote, and it's like the most like fucked up shit. Like some extraterrestrial thing is howling at like a blood moon that like gives him powers.
What? What
It's
is
from
this?
our like thing on Facebook. Like I think it's the chat from the messages from our Facebook. Like the guy sent us like the YouTube link.
Well, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to find it, but it's very weird.
Very weird. All right, we'll get on top of that, and then we'll check it out next step, maybe? Who knows?
Who knows? Who cares?
Who cares? But until next time, JT, where we talk about...
Well, yeah, on Monday, Troy,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing a little catch-up since we missed a week, where we're going to be talking about the number 2 film on the AFI Top 100 list, The Godfather.
The Godfather.
And then that Thursday, we're going to blow our load with the number 1 AFI Top 100 movie
That's right.
of all time, Citizen Kane.
Can't wait.
I can't wait as well.
Very curious about Citizen Kane.
Give me that Orson Welles.
I know a lot about it, just like Casablanca, but I've never seen any of it. I already know like the spoilery ending, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. But until Monday, when we do talk about The Godfather, dropping in our number 2.
Yeah.
I have been Short of the Max Extreme.
A favor of you. All that good stuff. Wait for that.
Lightly scratches cheek.
Yeah. It's very, very thin mustache.
God is waiting.
Okay, I got a big fish face.
I've been Short of the Max Extreme.
I'm JD. They're gay.
And we are off.